In case you missed it, here's what happened on August 6th in under 3 minutes, because this news cycle, it's moving like a runaway train and no one is in charge of hitting the brakes. So let's get started. First up, JD Vance is hosting a dinner party tonight with Trump's top people. They are meeting not to grieve over Epstein's victims, but to unify their message before more dirt comes out. That's a textbook threat to the separation of powers, because when elected officials coordinate legal messaging around an open investigation, especially one involving the federal government, it smells a lot like obstruction of justice and executive overreach under Article 2. Then Trump sends Steve Witkoff, a Trump admin official and developer, to meet with Putin, not a diplomat, not a senator, not confirmed by Congress, which violates the Appointments Clause and the Logan Act. You don't get to run shadow diplomacy just because you're rich and loyal. That's not foreign policy, that's oligarchy on tour. Meanwhile, in California, lawmakers were told they have just days to decide on a rush special election to redraw congressional maps. That's a threat to due process and democratic participation. Manipulating election timelines to force political outcomes violates the First Amendment, Equal Protection Clause, and the public's right to informed self-governance. And down in Texas, Democrats who fled the state to block a controversial vote, so the GOP hit them with $400,000 in fines, but Beto O'Rourke is now covering the bill through his group, Powered by People. That's a First Amendment violation. You can't punish elected officials for protesting to protect their voters. That's government retaliation, plain and simple. And the Constitution itself, well, it disappeared from a federal website this morning and then quietly returned. No notice, no explanation. And that's a violation of the First Amendment and the FOIA. Removing founding documents, even briefly, is a test, and today they found out that most people failed. Meanwhile, in LA, DHS agents jumped out of Penske trucks during a full-blown raid, one day after they announced the Speedway Slammer. That's a Fourth Amendment nightmare. Unmarked raids, covert ops, and detention centers with cutesy branding. That's not security. That's psychological warfare. And Tulsi Gabbard, now Director of National Intelligence, today, she overrode a CIA warning about declassifying spy tactics. That's not just bold, that's a constitutional crisis. Disregarding objections to release classified intel threatens national security, separation of powers, and the integrity of intelligence. And finally, there was a mass shooting at Fort Stewart Army Base in Georgia.